time. That's right. It's that time of year. Welcome. It's time for the top 100. We're starting off with our, what is this called? What's this called? Pre-party?
Call it whatever you want
introduction?
to call it.
Introduction to the introduction? Introductionness? Greetings. Hope you are excited to join us today. What's going on with the sound? Introduction to the introduction. Oh! Okay. Chaos. Chaos ensues. It's very exciting.
Thing's very small.
It is small. What's going on here?
Alright!
Woo! Hey, guys! Good to see everybody filling up in the chat. Woo, woo. Wait a minute. Zachy, what are you doing up at this hour? Little night owl. All right.
Mic sounds blown out.
Sound is weird again. Ugh, this thing. All right. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Oh, it is. It's really high.
Hold on.
I'm not even talking that loud.
Oh, we had it turned up for your other mic.
I probably deafened you. Sorry I deafened you.
One moment.
One moment while my IT guy.
And
They said the sound got better.
now.
How about now? And now? Lip reading edition. Yes! Bad lip reading. We're so doing that one of these times.
All right, do it. This is all about you. I'm just here for window dressing.
Ta-da! Yeah, okay. So, we are going to start off the top 100. And, no, we're not going to do interpretive dance this time since we got the sound working. But we can always put that as a plan B. Okay, thanks. Thanks for all the good suggestions, audience. Yes. So, to start it off, this year, I'm going to title this. I think I have a title for my top 100 this year. It is the year of upsets.
The year of upsets. Okay,
The year
you got
of
my curiosity.
upsets. My list did a little like that. I guess that's kind of close to interpretive dance. I had a lot of caffeine today too. That probably helped a little bit. But yeah, I did the Pub Meeple thing. I think I discussed that with you guys last week. That I was going to work on using the Pub Meeple stuff, and then I was going to go through and look at it and make sure that I didn't like forget something weird, which it turned out there were a couple things missing, so I went through and like actually redid it, fixed my list and then redid it. And when I double checked everything, made sure everything was okay, looks good now. But I was a bit surprised because I don't look at my list, and I like the Pub Meeple thing kind of because it gives you a couple at a time and you pair it and it ranks them and stuff. So I found some games in there that have really done some crazy swings. And I think it has to do with our availability when we got to play, like being able to pull the game out and play it, and memorable plays. I think that played a pretty significant role.
Well, you got
in
a
a lot of
month.
these.
You got a month of, actually about a month and a half of us revisiting old games.
And
I didn't get any of that from my list.
Didn't. And I think it has some play with this, and I think it'll probably continue to influence. I think it's going to be interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I'm still, as I'm going through, I haven't looked at all of it in like super detail, going, oh wow, because I'm going through and comparing them before we film each chunk. So I've only done a comparison to last year's list for what I'm going to do today. But even in this, as I'm looking at them specifically, there's some swings going on that I think, I'm curious what you're going to think about all these.
Oh, I can't wait.
And on the other side of that, because I know that you're like, some of these, our tastes differ on some games quite widely. But I am really excited about this list, because as I see some things that drop significantly, there's some just amazingly solid games and a lot of great new games that just rocketed into the list easily as we did this. So I think I think it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Is there any punitation on your list?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. In fact, I know there is.
Has that become a word that you're just ignoring?
I'm
now?
ignoring it now. Yeah, exactly. Yes. You know what? You know how I love Felds. My Felds, to semi-spoil it, but not, they did some roller coaster moves too.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I found that pretty intriguing.
How many Felds on your list? Let me guess. There's already some missing. That's spoilerific right there.
Wow, way to give it away there.
There's gonna be 1, 2, 3.
He's
4,
counting
5,
all these.
6.
It's so funny. All of them.
I'll say there's probably seven Felds on your list.
We
7.
shall see. We shall see.
Are we gonna jump right into it, or you got any more statorific stuff?
I don't do the stats like you do. I guess I could, if you get bored sometime, I could let you plug and play with all of the numbers and things, but I don't look at that very much.
Oh, I like looking at previous years and what's gone up and what's gone down.
Oh, I
and
do.
how many new games and all that good stuff.
I do, but I don't look and say how many.
So we're just gonna
new
look at
games
yours
and-
in chunks of 10. We're not gonna be
I compared them to last year's.
right. But
I did compare them to last year's, but no, I didn't put. I mean, I can tell you which ones are new to the list as we go through, but I didn't go through and say, okay, there's 25 new games on the list.
No, okay.
And I didn't do that. I didn't add that up.
But what fun's in that?
Sorry. So yeah, I'm sure one of you, like, if any of you get bored or something, feel free to do some stats finagling. I'm totally cool with that. I find it interesting. I just don't have the time to do it. Plain out. It's not gonna happen. Sorry, but I guarantee that somebody will be like doing math in his head as we're doing this. It's craziness. So it's very exciting.
Maybe we'll do some. Maybe I'll do some stats before the combined list at the very end.
Ooh,
So
see,
I'll do a
look at
little
that.
research. and
Oh,
do
I
some
like
stats.
that. I've got a beautiful Excel sheet started.
Compare
up for
like
you.
how many new games I had versus how many new games you had and things like that.
That'd be really interesting. See, you're good at that stuff and you're able to do it quickly. I, on the other hand, not so much on either side. So
So you want to jump right in?
let's do this. Dive, people. Let's go through. So today, you get the treat of my 110 through 101. So we're going to talk about the ones that didn't quite make the list. But again, finagling. Who's talking about finagling? This is greatness. What is going on here? These are still really insanely solid games, and as I look at them, when I first was looking at this, I'm like, oh man, that didn't make the top 100. That was my first reaction.
That's going to be my reaction, I bet, too.
Yes, it is. Hunter may fall out of his chair a few times. I ended up doing 221 games ranked. 221. Somehow my numbers came off of that.
I did 210. You beat me.
I did. That was not intentional, but funny. I don't know why I was overachieving on that, but I can't do stats, right? So, but it was amazing to me. Honestly, I feel like, gosh, honestly, I feel like I've got solid games all the way up to 200. And even some of those other ones, I'm like, I really like them. These games, the more you play, the more you've just got this really great, solid list. And it's exciting to kind of share these with you. So, let's get started. You ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right. My 110, hold on to your seats, everyone, is A Feast for Odin.
You're supposed to show the box.
Oh, yeah.
You're out of practice.
Sorry. It's been a long time since I had to do this. I was waiting for my stuff to show up. A Feast.
You show the box, then
Blah,
the
blah,
name
blah, blah,
comes
blah.
up.
Feast.
There you go.
Feast for Odin. Yes. And you guys ready for this part? This is where it gets really crazy. Guess what number this was for me last year?
20.
Close. 30. It dove. I think part of it is we have a lot of similar games. And this is very, what's the word? There's so many pieces. It's almost, I mean, it's almost to the point where, to me, I'm like, oh, do we want to pull all this out? It's got that vibe to it, which I think does it a disservice, because when you actually are playing it, I love Love, 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 love this game. Once we get it out and play it. But good grief. Okay, you ready? We've got specialty pieces. Your little dudes. More little dudes. Whole mess of cards. Gives you choices. Resources. Money bits. More cards. Oh no, we're just keep on going, folks. You ready? We've got resources. We've got boats. We've got more cards. Oh boy. An entire tray of pieces. Oh, by the way, they're two-sided. Oh, look! Another tray of two-sided pieces. And then there's a whole mess of different shapes and sized islands, maps, extra nonsense, plus the board itself that has all the 10 billion different choices that you can make on it. So setting this up, even with their really cool trays, I might add, is a bear. And I think that has punished it. Would you not agree?
Punitive? No. It's my number 42, so I still love it. So I don't know where you're going.
I think I just have some kind of, like, mental block against setting up this game. I really do. I'm beginning to wonder.
Is the fact that, not to be mean, but that you don't, like, you have trouble filling the first board when you play? Is it like
that's not being mean?
Like, it's like not clicking for you on how the things works, or it's just not?
No, because I got better at that.
I know you did. The
first game I played this, oh my gosh, Hunter's like, look at this. He pretty much filled up his board and he started the second one, and I'm like, that was my thing, because I'm like, I have like 3/4 of a board. I had no clue what was going on.
Is it that there's just too many choices?
I don't know. I kind of want to play this again soon. We haven't played it in a while, and I think that's another chunk of it again. And it's kind of like that Caverna thing for a while where we felt like, oh, the setup. But now we have this nice cool tray and we just set it up and go. And I think the other thing about this is, since the last time we've played this, we have played so many more games and so many heavier games that even when we've revisited stuff like Arkwright, where I'm not kidding you, it took me half the game to actually feel like I understood it enough to play it well. This stuff gets so much easier. And it's stuff that really, it's amazing. You really are training your brain, guys. If you start working on those heavier and heavier games, they get easier and you start to actually grasp those concepts much better. And I think this might be one of those games that kind of got punished, but we haven't played it since we've, like, advanced.
We played it several times right when we got it, and we haven't played it too much since.
Yeah, I think we need to play it more. So it's one of those things, I have a feeling if we play it more, I think this is probably going to jump back into the 100 again. It's entirely possible.
So we'll hit it sometime this year.
Yeah, obviously. So for
once.
a challenge, it's going to be great. So I'm curious to see where this goes next year. So I'm guessing we're going to have another roller coaster next year, because it went 30, 110. It's going to be up. It's going to bounce up. Probably not back up to 30.
You think so?
I don't think so. I'm going to guess. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to come back up a little bit.
Okay.
So there you are. I know that was really long, but this game is a really solid game. And I think I saw somebody in the chat saying, yes, Uwe's gone through this stage with Tetris. He's in love with Tetris, seeing all sorts of things in different seasons and colors and shapes and sizes and themes. And this is a great one. I think it's a great theme. I love the theme. And you're feasting with Odin. There you go. There you go. Oh my goodness. And Dan says that the top 100s need to be twice a year. Yes and no.
That's all we would do.
That's all we do.
That's all we would do.
You guys would be so bored. You're like, oh, another top 10. Yeah, no. I almost want to, just to see how things change, but at the same time, it's so much work for me. I, like, agonize over this stuff. It's crazy. So, all right. Next up, my number 109. This is another one that plummeted quite a bit. Was number 58 in 2017, and that is Artifacts Inc. And I think this one has only been just knocked down a little bit because there's just so many other games that are like you'd probably pick before this one. And again, this is one of those things where honestly 109, again, I love these games and they're solid, and I don't think, oh gosh, it's not out of my top 100, this is a horrible game. That's not how I feel about any of these games. I don't feel anymore that our top 200 even have that game where I'm like, that's kind of a stinker, but I needed to make 200 games list, so I put something in. I don't have that problem anymore. So this game is one. Isn't this? Yeah, it is. I was gonna say his art. Ryan Lockett. It's a little game by Ryan Lockett. So the art's obviously very cool, and I love this game. You are rolling. The dice are kind of. I don't know why. I have a kind of like the dice. They're kind of boring in a way, but they're so
tiny dice.
They're these little teeny tiny dice. They're just little brown dice. I don't know why I like them, but I do. And so you've got a bunch of different cards with cool Ryan Lockett art, which I love about that. But you're rolling the dice and you're using them to go and move around and purchase things. So, and you're earning money and you're trading and you're getting these artifacts and you're selling them to the different museums. And the amount that you sell kind of fills in a space in there, so you can kind of start blocking out your opponents by how much you're selling and getting back. And it's a little bit of area control because you're also taking up chunks of the museum with your exhibits now. You can also go diving for underwater artifacts. Or I think they just call them underwater, don't they? I don't remember the...
They're just called artifacts.
Artifacts, yeah, the underwater ones. And they have some crazy
Artifacts
benefits.
Inc.
No way. Check that out. Who'd have thought? So yeah, and I just love the balance and the play in this game, because sometimes you can go after certain types of artifacts and stuff that you may not even be going for. And I could just corner the market on that and make crazy profit. Or as I start to see that, you're like, aha, she's going for that. And then, you know, the race is on and you're starting to fill up the museum as quickly as you can. I love it. I like the fact that they've got the little chip things for money. It's another one of those games that doesn't take up a huge amount of table space. It can sprawl a little bit, but it's not too bad. And it's all cards and stuff and fits in a nice travel box. This is one of those bang for your buck games. It's a tiny little box. A lot of game in there. A lot of fun. I really love Artifacts Inc. But it didn't quite make my list.
Yeah, it dropped off my 100 as well. It dropped
Did it
from
really?
75 to 125.
Okay, so not too far off from where I've got it. That's interesting. So I've always liked it a little bit more than you. That's a good one. All right. Okay, we'll see how Hunter feels about this one. My number 108 was my number 38.
What?
Last year.
Punitation.
Yeah, it's another one.
And we played this one recently.
We have.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Merlin. I know, it's a Feld game. Is everyone freaking out yet?
It fell down the list. That's
Okay.
that's funny. I don't care what you say. It's funny.
Oh, man. Who brought you along for this craziness? Oh, man. We're just starting with the Feld puns early tonight. It's too early for Feld puns. So, Merlin. I guess I'm so overdone with this theme. I really think that's part of it. I love Feld. I'm just kind of mad about... I'm not as excited about this game as I was at first. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
What does that mean?
It's points that, I don't know, I just didn't get as excited about this one as some of the others. Because the others I really love. But this one fell off. There's so many other games that we've played that, of a different variety now that do other things. And I'm kind of getting sick of this theme.
I thought we played it. I thought you liked it.
I do like it. It's still 108.
It's off the list. It means it's garbage.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Here we go. If it didn't take my top 100, it's crap.
Exactly.
Oh, it's garbage. That's so not true. No, I still love this game. But now there's just so many solid games I like more. I don't know. I'm never going to turn down. I mean, someone says, hey, you want to play Merlin? And I'm going to be like, sure. I'm not going to say no.
Michael Reineck's going to cry.
No, he's not going to cry. He did a marvelous job, and he should keep doing these. I'm just saying, there's 107 games that I liked a little bit more.
Yeah, I do like this one. This is my 86. I think it would actually go up a little bit since we played it again.
Ooh.
Just a little bit. But, yeah, it's I enjoy it. I like it, but it seems like that, in a way, stepping back and taking my Feld Love badge off. It's like he did a Rolodex of mechanisms.
Yeah.
He said, let's do some area control. Let's do a rondel. Let's do some card missions. All right, mix all those together and let's make a game out of it. It's like he just kind of picked some mechanisms and made a game out of it.
Well, I like the variety of things. I think what really kills this for me is Are you guys having trouble with the sound?
Yeah, we're dropping a few frames. I'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Zachy says that's all failed games. It kind of is.
Zachy! All right, so...
This one feels that way more. It feels like that area control thing on the side, just like, okay, we need one more thing. Let's do some area control.
Here's my issue. I think my issue with this one, because I really like finding this here and doing this there, and I like... I like Felds. I like to do the point salad thing. What this one does, though, is how you get to different places is largely based off of those darn dice. And you have to have some things within a certain time frame. You may have to go and get a flag so that you can defeat, you get each round you have some bad guys that you need to defeat. And you have to get, like, the certain flag to defend against them. It's like getting your defenders to go against that particular knight or bad guy knight or whatever. It could be on the opposite side of this circle board. Well, you're only able to go one direction. You can't switch directions. There are some things that mitigate it, but you have to get to those things to be able to mitigate it. And sometimes I just roll 1s and 2s. So I'm stuck going, okay, I can fix my plan Bs, and I have lots of great plan Bs, and I'll be doing that, but then something is suffering, and you know how tight Felds can be about those point salads and things. And the dog found her squeaky toy. Man, it is just pure chaos tonight.
Keep talking.
And so when I'm getting those, that's made it really hard for me to maneuver around the board. So, of course, yes, I get the Merlin. Merlin can go backwards. And I'll try to use him, but I can't rely on that either because, again, the dice are still dictating how much I'm able to do things. So I found that some of the limitations on that, if you just don't get a variety of dice rolls in that game, it can hurt.
There's a few ways to mitigate the dice.
But again, you have to get to them. That's the thing. You have to get to them. It's not like you have automatically like something that, like a one-shot that you get, at the beginning of the game that says, do this to, save your dice roll. You know what I mean? There's nothing like that. So if you don't go and find something to help you, you're just toast. And you're struggling the whole game.
I can see that. I mean, you're lukewarm on a lot of dice games.
Yeah. So if you...
Not all dice games.
If that doesn't bother you, you're going to love this game. Like, it's a solid game, don't get me wrong. It's just I have not the best dice rolls, so it does affect it. But
so someone asked if we're getting the Deluxe Luna. We are not, but someone in our game group is.
Ooh.
But we already own it, so I couldn't justify getting the deluxe version. So
how pretty! Very
anyway,
exciting.
All right, let's move on. What's next?
Oh goodness! So my next one is my 107.
We're having all kinds of issues.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
We're lagging.
I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully it'll get back in sync. I'm going to try to keep going and see if it works.
All right, hold on. We might die for a second. Hold on.
Yeah, hang in there.
We'll be right back.
Hold on for a sec, guys.
For now. All right.
All right, we'll try that.
Should be better. We hope. Cross your fingers.
Hopefully that's better now.
All right, already done your 101, so you may as well go.
Basically, and I love that about it. It takes 30 seconds to teach this game. You can teach it to anybody, and it's a lot of fun. I also like that they have some conventions. You should look around. Somebody has produced a giant thorough, and each tile was it was bigger than this actual square for each tile. It was pretty big. It was almost like double this. They were huge, and it was a lot of fun because you had to stand on your piece and actually be the piece. Really, 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 really fun. And I like this. There's also the Tsuro of the Seas, if you want a slight variant to it. Beautiful, too. Again, the artwork's gorgeous. I like this style of artwork anyway. Can play it with anybody. Hardcore gamers, nobody ever gamed a game in their life. This is a lot of fun. And I like the versatility. And what is going on now?
Read what Zachy wrote.
What is Zachy putting? Hey, man! Getting the snark at 2 a.m. or whatever.
This one isn't on my list.
It's too light for you. Too fluffy? Is it too fluffy?
It's just kind of there. It's a coffee table game.
It is a coffee table game. In fact, I have a picture of people sitting around their coffee table playing it on the back. I mean, you can't get more coffee table than that. But
this one's become a staple at our our board
like a
game
tournament
our
and
board
stuff?
game tournament just because it's fast and it plays 8 players.
It's great, and I really like the fact that like my game group loves it, my board game kiddos like it. It's just really fun, and it's a great game for talking smack too if you want to, or you can be super polite and formal with. I mean, you can take it any direction you want. So here's the board, and all you do is you're taking these tiles, and you're going to get a bunch of different tiles, and if you can see, they have different designs on them. And you take your little piece, and you're going to be laying them out from where you start, and you just follow along these, and the object of the game is to not fall off the board.
Or run into someone else.
Or crash into someone. Because if either of those things happen, the people that collided or go off the board perish.
Player elimination!
Player elimination, but it's a very short game, so it's kind of fun to watch everyone. And it's really exciting to see your piece. What's fun is when everybody's starting to kind of gather around in one area.
Well, it always
Because
happens.
inevitably, you're going to put down this tile, and somebody that hasn't interacted with you yet, right? Goes diving in there, does some loop-de-loop, and then just dives off the board and crash and burns somewhere. And you're like, yes, this is great. Sometimes you plan that, sometimes you don't. And you're just trying to survive. It's either way, hilarity ensues. I think it's a lot of fun. So if you like mostly abstract, I mean, it's pretty much just an abstract game, but it's really light, fun, easy to teach. So, yes, Kabuki, I remember those. He's talking about the old toy trains from the 70s, like you take a crayon and draw it or whatever, and and they had robots and different things too that would follow the line. I love that.
I already saw your next number. It makes me sad. So sad.
Oh, poor baby. Okay, my 106 was 78 last year. And that is... And I think it's because, honestly, we just haven't gotten it played. What's holding it so high, anyway, is just the memory of the awesome gameplay we had with this. But we haven't had a chance to revisit it since. And so it got punished a bit for that.
I shake my head at you.
Well, this is normally not the kind of game that would be my cup of tea. Like, we don't usually get a point to where we have big dungeon crawl stuff going on. We don't usually get to play that kind of game. And so I've kind of gotten to where I'm like, about those because I don't get to play them very often. But this game is like a combination of that, but also video game style, if that makes any sense. So you have a character, and you're going around through the dungeon, and you have to achieve like a goal or mission, or 3 missions, I guess. And one of them is like, kill your opponent, so you get an achievement for that, or kill the big bad guy, or there's something like go collect a sword or something. So whoever gets the first two goals, whoever does that is going to, be the winner of that round. And you get to collect weapons and level up your characters and stuff. And what's funny about it is if you get killed, someone beats you up or anything, it's just like a video game. You just like, boop, you pop back up. You have to go just pick up your loot and get going again. It's hilarious. The theme behind this and everything is just hysterical. It's like a silly video game. And I don't usually, that's not usually something that's my cup of tea, because if I'm wanting to play video games, I may just want to go play a video game. But this just seemed to do it so well. And it's chunked into episodes. It's episodic, so you don't have to do this all at once and do a whole dungeon crawl. You can just do one room, go do the goals. It's about an hour play with 2 players anyway. A lot of fun. And you can go see it. We filmed it, and we had a ball playing this. You can really get into it. So.
Yeah, I love this game. It's my number 21. She's insane. I said it. She's insane. It's an amazing game. Anyone that tells you otherwise, namely her, is wrong. This game's fun. It's exciting. It's tactical. It's strategic. It's a campaign. You can build up your characters. You can get cool items. Greatness. So what do you think when Starcadia Quest shows up? How are you going to feel about it?
Excited?
Oh.
I want to play it.
You going to punitate it too?
Well, if we don't play it for a year, yes. As a matter of fact, I will. We haven't had time to touch it since, and it's just, again, if it's inaccessible after a while, I punished it. It's just how it happens.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's kind of, almost to me right now, it feels like that legacy game feel. I played the game, I
want to try this.
We haven't had a chance to revisit it.
I want to try this. Well, that happens with any kind of campaign game. I want to try this for our one play of this, since I don't think we'll get Starcadia Quest before the year's up.
Ooh.
Maybe we might. I don't know when it's supposed to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime next year. We should try this with the full 4 players, not the whole campaign, but just like
a round or two or something.
Pick a scenario and play it.
That would be pretty amazing. So, yes.
Anyway,
so sorry, not sorry. I know you love your baby, but I had to punish it, guys.
You're tarnishing the memories.
I'm not tarnishing the memories are what are holding it in place. What are you talking about? It was
holding it in place, 100 and something. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh,
crazy!
I told you he was gonna freak out. I told you it was the year of upsets.
I'm upset. Right. You're right.
This is the year of Hunter being upset.
This game's above Arcadia Quest. Oh man.
And this is where Hunter has a coronary. This game dropped a lot from the list. It was my number 50 last year, and it is my 105 now. And yes, Hunter's going to have a stroke. It's Sushi Go Party, and I don't care. You can hate all you want. I like light games. I like heavy games. I like party games. I like dungeon crawl games. I like silly card games. Don't care. And yes, it's very hard to rank all of these because to me it's like apples and oranges and pears. I don't know. Anyway, this game though, instead of just one good solid gaming memory with it, I have tons of memories with this because this is one of the first card games that the girls got into playing together and just fell in love with, and they set it and played it all the time, and so I've got a lot of good memories. This is another one of those games that's really fun to play with non-gamers, gamers, family, you name it. The art's adorable, so anybody can get behind it. It's a fun game of card drafting and set collection and trying to collect your sets and everything, and it's just a really solid, cute game. And the reason I like Sushi Go Party, those of you that haven't seen it versus Sushi Go, this killed Sushi Go for us because it is Sushi Go Plus. And I don't want to upset all of this. The tin is awesome, and it holds, this is the adorable board now. You've got a little player board. Your score is around the outside, and you get to mix and match. There's different types of cards, and you can set it up to play different ways and to go for different sets. So the strategy is going to change a little bit depending on what card you pick. The tin's got an organizer in it, so you have all the cards. All you have to do is grab what cards you want to collect and use. And that's one of the things that I think has appeal for the girls, Nessa in particular, because she likes to grab, you know, like a certain type of appetizer and combine it with, you know, and it's just a lot of fun, a lot of different choices. It's brightly colored. Just, again, a nice, easy to pack up tin that doesn't have a lot of table presence. It doesn't take up a lot of space, so you can play it just about anywhere. Love it.
Didn't make my list. That's all I got to say. Someone asked, when did the girls last do their list? The way it works is I do my list, Rebecca does her list, and the girls do their list. So it usually lands, it may be earlier this year.
Winter or spring.
It usually lands in the March, April time frame, but since she's doing her list earlier this year,
we might do theirs earlier.
Theirs might be earlier. They may do it January, February, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
They just do a top 10. They don't do a full 100.
I don't know if they could yet.
It'd be tough. They might be able to do 20 now.
Katie's getting closer, I'm sure, but I don't know. Yeah, they could probably do a 20.
10's plenty, I think.
Oh yeah. And you'll hear them. They'll talk about it. It's pretty awesome. Okay. So next up, my 104. This actually went up a little bit as well. It was 120 in 2017, and that is Pandemic Iberia. Just as we're going through, I think part of what made this one rise a little bit was Season 2, playing it, the Legacy Season 2, brought back just how solid Iberia is. I really like Pandemic, but there's something about this one with the way they use the trains and just some of the maneuvering and slight tweaks that they added to regular Pandemic. I really enjoyed that about it. And in this, again, you're still trying to defeat the viruses and everything else, but it adds a little bit more over the regular Pandemic game. And that in particular is what I love about this one. So if you enjoy Pandemic and you've played that one before but haven't played this one, you might want to give it a go. It's a little bit heavier, of course, because there's more stuff going on with it. But I think it's great for working together and trying to solve it in different ways. And the railroad is cool. If you get that hooked up, you can do some great things with it. But it's also one of those things that's just another goal you have to try to achieve. So, where's your commentary on this one?
It's my 183 because it's a co-op.
Yes,
am I too short in my comments?
No, that was perfect. I love it. It's
I'm not a big fan of co-ops. I haven't done how many co-ops are in my top 100, but I bet I can count it on one hand. How many co-ops are in my top 100, and even the ones that are co-ops are partial co-ops, like have traders and things like that mixed
traders.
in.
Of course, they have traders.
I bet there's not a hand. There's not very many co-ops in my top 100.
This is just I just as far as the Pandemic line goes, this is so solid.
I'm not a team player.
No comment.
That's a good one. We need to play that one again. We haven't played that in a while.
We need to play that one again. All right. Now we're down to my 103. This will make Hunter ill, I'm sure.
Oh, dear. Should I look at it before you announce it just to get my reaction?
Just to get your reaction? Possibly. This could be fun. Hunter hates this game.
Oh, man.
It was my 125. It's actually gone up a little bit because I played it again.
It's gone up?
Yes, it was 125. And that is Subdivision. Everybody is such a fan of Suburbia, and that's great and all, but I think that game is ugly.
This one's nice looking?
This one's better looking.
Oh.
And I just like the fact, okay, Suburbia, you just have this like little cardboard line at the top and you just kind of honeycomb in your pieces. And I'm like, bleh. This one...
What was that again?
Bleh. That's right. Sound effects for Suburbia. And it's basically like the same kind of game. It really is. I understand that. But instead of just some weird cardboard thing, you actually have a player mat. And I like that. And they've got variants. Here's a main road. This one, the main road goes along the outside. So there's some strategy, if you pick different mats and whatever. And you'll notice that it's got negatives and positives. Where you place them gives you benefits and detriments and things like that. I like this one better than Suburbia. I like the way it builds up the cities. And it's the same kind of aspect, again, where depending on what you build where, and if it's next to this and that, you get benefits or detriments, and it builds off of each other. And you kind of have to keep an eye on what other people are building too, because if there's certain types of airports and this and that. Sorry, I know a lot of people don't even look at this game because everyone's like, Suburbia, Suburbia, Suburbia.
Is it more of the spatial thing? Just like you said, Suburbia just kind of builds.
It is. And they have cute
randomly
sidewalks.
And that one's more, you got roads and things.
This one's roads and sidewalks.
You have to be able to reach all your places, and it has more stuff.
I like it. I like this more. And I don't know what it is about this one in particular, but it reminds me of... maybe because it's Bezier. I think Bezier did Castles too, didn't they?
They did Suburbia.
Did they do Suburbia too? I don't know what it is. I like this one better than Suburbia. There you go. Just think it's much more fun.
Is it because it's green instead of blue?
That could be too. I don't know. No, I really do. I like the player mat. I hate the fact that Suburbia just gives you that little thing in your building. I'm like, that doesn't feel like I'm building a city. It feels like I'm just putting pieces together. This one, I feel like I'm putting together a city. And so that... there you go. I enjoy it. Bleh. That's why I said that.
It did not make my list. And when I say it did not make my list, when I say that, I mean it did not make my top 210. Is what I mean when I say it did not make my list, because I have all 210 in front of me, and it appears not on the list. Go ahead. What else you got?
He doesn't know what he's missing out on. All right. My 102 has dropped from my 44.
That means it's a good game.
Yeah, it does, but it's been punished. Oh. And it'll probably roller coaster back with
I think we're pretty close on this one, actually.
Are we?
I'm jumping ahead. I'm like spoiling your list. It's 107 for me.
107. Look at that. So it's very close now. This is my 102, and it's Luna. I love Feld, and I love this one. I think we need to play this one more.
Yeah, we haven't played this one in a
We
while.
haven't played this one in a really long time, and this one suffers from that. I don't remember. It's not so memorable, like, not to spoil anything, but like I really love, like, Amerigo always sticks in my head because of the, like, the gimmicky way that you do the cube movement and this and that. This one, what you're doing in this one is you're traveling from island to island, and you get to do different things about different, like, you get to do something different at each island, and then there's the priestess that's traveling around, and let's see, there's a priestess and then a bad guy, right? If I remember right. And the priestess will help you and give you benefits and things, and then there's a bad guy that you don't want to land there at the same time. But traveling is difficult to certain areas, and so I think, I don't know, it kind of reminds me, I don't know, I don't want to spoil too much of my other lists and stuff, but there's certain things about this that would go with other Felds that I'm kind of like, I'm not as crazy about some of the mechanisms in this one as much as some of the others. If that makes any sense. Again, it's still got a really great point salad thing. The theme's pretty cool. But it's, again, not heavily there, of course, because it's a heavier Euro. But I don't know. It just, it's fallen a little bit, and I think it will roller coaster back up a little bit, but I don't think it's going to jump, like, back up to where it was.
Yeah, I'm curious if we play this again, and now that we played Altiplano, it
Like
has,
where-
it has a similar feel to Altiplano.
That's
I think it's a
true.
better game.
That's
But
true.
it has the whole, you got to
That's
move,
true.
you got
You move
to
to a
move,
different
you got to
place
move
to
around
get-
to take the different actions.
That's true.
And
I didn't think about that.
it's a little, I mean, it's difficult to move in Altiplano, but it's more difficult to move around in this one.
It is much more difficult to
And-
move in this one.
It has that area control on the main board. So, I don't know. We need to try it again. We need to play it again. I'm curious how. Because mine got punitated. That's why it dropped for me. I'm sure it's similar for you.
It is similar because we just haven't played it as much. And you're right, now that I didn't even think about that, but Altiplano really did a lot of similar things to that. And there's some more. We've gotten into some of the games now where there are heavier games that do some similar things to what Feld's doing. So some of his games that we don't like the theme as much, I think, have gotten hit a little harder.
Yeah, maybe.
Over time, because we're just getting more of a variety in too. So I don't hate Feld. He's still one of my favorites. You stop that, trolls. All right. Wait and see. I have several of them in the top 100. All right. And for tonight, Hunter will probably have a stroke because it's higher than some of his babies, but this one is new to my
I
list.
can't argue with this one. This one's not too.
This one's new to my list. So 101 is where it's jumping out. Just missed the list. Our buddy, Queen Domino. Like its predecessor, King Domino. Queen Domino kind of hit this like gangbusters. It was just fantastic. It's one of those games that the family likes to play. And it's got more of a gamer game in it. It's got more meat to it. I think King Domino is a fantastic game for people that haven't done board gaming before, but if you've got board gamers that have played before, I would probably use this one to introduce it now. So it's one of those where I like both games, but this one is the what we would say, the meatier version of this. So with this, for anybody that's familiar with playing dominoes, it's what you're doing, but this one has a little bit more to it. You've now got this cool little board, and you're going to have some fun little, what do they call these? I think we just have, what do they call these? Rooms? Do they just call them rooms? What do we have on these? They have victory points, and I always just called them rooms or something. Yeah, little buildings. You get different buildings, and they have different benefits on them. They give you victory points of different types, so you'll look in the bottom corner, and they'll tell you how to apply them. And I love it. I love it. It's dominoes at its heart. So you're still building the same set of like 4x4 if you're doing the 7x7 or whatever version of it. So you're matching up just like you were playing dominoes. The artwork, though, is adorable. It's really brightly colored. They've got cute little Easter egg things in the art. So if you look at it, you'll see fish, little tiny fish swimming in the water, little flowers in the fields. I know that in the King Domino version, for example, they have over the pasture the shadow of a little dragon flying by. Just really cute things like that in there. This one also comes with a score pad to help you keep track of all the new scoring and stuff. You've got these new things with the little teeny knights that help you get extra points for stuff, and the same thing with castles. And you also have a queen who gives you extra benefits if you happen to have her visiting in your castle. So there's a lot more going on with this than just the matching and getting your victory points through all the matches with the domino game. Really fun. Highly recommend this one for anybody that enjoyed King Domino. So there you go. The Teeny Night Meeples are very fun. I enjoy them. So yeah, if you like tile laying and stuff like that, this is great. Or if you know people that have played dominoes and might want to get into different games, great intro game for that. So did you have this one on your list? This is a little light for you, so I figured it's not. Yeah, in your top.
It just probably just barely missed my list.
Yeah, I figured because it's very light for you.
It's okay. I enjoy playing it with the kids. The kids like it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of fun strategy with it. So cool. Well, now you know, guys. It's gonna be an interesting list because I've already got some solid games that didn't make the list, that didn't make the top 100 that I really love. I like all of these games, and again, for them to not quite make the list, it was a little bit surprising. But as I look up the rest of them and what is on the list, I was really excited to see how solid these games are. And the ones that really solidified it for me, you know, I'm looking at them going, wow, yep, solid game, solid game. My top 50, I would play all the time. All the time. If I had...
I would probably play some of your top 50 all the time.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this goes now.
So, I got good news and bad news. Do you want the good news first or the bad news first?
Ooh, I don't know. I'll let them pick.
I don't know what the delay is. It may take a while for it to show up.
Okay, good news or bad news first, peeps. Whoever votes first on there gets it. It'll be that easy. Aw, thanks, guys. We're gonna try to roll them out. I think
that's the good news and bad news.
Oh, spoilers! Spoilers. Okay, hold up.
See, there must be a massive delay.
There is a massive delay. That or you guys just don't care about our choices.
I thought I did 5 seconds. Anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to go bad
news first.
No, good news first. Good news is I'm going to PAX Unplugged. Hooray! Woo! The bad news is I had to work crazy hours to get ready to go to PAX Unplugged. So the first list will not be until next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday, we're shooting for next Tuesday for our first top 100. We won't be able to make Thursday. We're hoping to make Thursday, but I'm flying out in the morning. So, we're going to start next Tuesday. It's going to be the first one.
Yep.
We're hoping to release them around noontime Central. So, I don't know where you are in the world. Noon Central U.S. time. That's -6. GMT -6. So, anyway.
Is it 6?
Or are we at 5 now? Daylight savings time makes me crazy. But, so we're going to release the first one next Tuesday's the plan. We're going to do it every Tuesday and Thursday, just like my list. We're just delaying it one cycle. We're not going to have anything Thursday. So next Tuesday's the first one.
Are we going to have anything the next Thursday? Because that next Thursday is the retreat.
We'll be able to record over. Oh. We're gonna do.
You're not going to be here this weekend.
We can do 2. We record 2.
Okay.
When I get back.
Because we're all pro, baby. Yeah, okay.
And then when the next Monday we'll record 2 more.
2 more. Sweet.
So we're going to do 2 a week starting next Tuesday is the plan. We're going to do our best with the holiday season and traveling and all that good stuff. We're going to do our best. But if we do have a delay, we'll let you know. And we're going to keep, like last time, like during my list, we're going to keep the Tuesday night shows going. Mm-hmm. We're going to do those every Tuesday night unless something weird happens. We're going to be on Tuesdays. And these are going to be pre-recorded all the way up until the after party. So we'll do 10 each show, and then after party afterwards. And then we'll probably, the next live show after that ends, I don't know the math on it, the next live show after all that ends will be our live combined list.
That's going to be fun.
So we'll take her list and my list, give them weighted averages, combine them together, and we'll give you the Rebecca and Hunter top 100
That's going to be fun. That's going to be really fun.
So we did it live last time. What we did a scrolling bar, and the names of the games went by, and we just kind of alternated talking about them. So we timed it out to be, I want to say, about a half hour long, and we go through all our 100.
Yeah.
So
It'll be exciting. Yes, actually, I think you heard the puppy, not the kitty, because they're trying to start a wrestling match underneath the table again. So that's what you heard, Kabuki. And yes, Tommy abolished daylight savings time. Down with daylight savings. And Nessa as a video editor would be very exciting because then you guys would get spammed all over the screen with emojis. So,
emojis and butterflies and sprinkles and
sparkles and unicorns.
Sparkles and ribbons.
Oh yeah, yeah, and maybe some fish. So, but that's it, peeps. So,
got Queen Domino at the bottom, right? You're not. I guess we don't have the video up because that's what was causing the lag. I think we were showing the video was our computer's borderline.
What's
lagging.
going on with that? That's so weird.
I don't know.
But anywho, yeah, thanks for sticking through with all the crazy technical issues we're having. That's one thing that's kind of fun about not filming it live is that at least if we have any bugs, we'll tweak that and fix that so when you get to watch the top 100, it won't have any of that. Hooray!
Yes.
So, weighted averages.
I was talking about our list, and they said they're talking like one person's weighted more than the others. That would be funny.
I could see him doing that too. That would be funny. He's like,
that's a good idea. Make mine worth like, 10% more than yours.
Gosh, such a troll.
It might cancel out some of your co-ops and Mega Light games.
It's like I can't. Oh my gosh. Then I'll come back and I'm going to weigh mine twice as much as yours, and then okay, we can play this game. Yes. So, but no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that list to see, because you had a lot of shifts and a lot of new games come in.
I had a lot of games come down.
And I'm having a roller coastering. I have a lot of roller coastering, a lot of games going. As you can see, just with this top 10, I had some that came up and I had some that went down.
And some of them defy explanation.
They don't defy explanation.
Some went up that we haven't even played.
Yeah, but I told you why I think they went up.
True. It's going to be exciting.
I think it's going to be cool.
I'm looking forward. I like the surprise. So, I mean, I love doing my list, but I love the surprise of the reveal of it's like opening a present at Christmas, right? It's like, what's the next game? Oh, yeah. What's the next game? Ooh.
Yep. Exactly.
I got to act like when you give a gift at Christmas, I have to act like I enjoy it.
Oh my gosh. Yes, you do such a good job of that tonight. I don't play well with others. I don't do co-op.
I may or may not be opinionated. That's good. You're pretty opinionated on my list, so.
That's true. That's kind of the point, right? I need like the smack talker sidekick thing for the list, just like you needed. I wasn't very smack talky to your list though, most of it. So we'll see. It'll be fun though. I like your smack talk.
So to recap, Tuesday, hopefully her 100 through 91. Mm-hmm. Tuesday night will be a PAX Unplugged recap.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
And the resolution update. And we've played a ton of games.
And you're going to play a ton more, probably.
Probably. I don't know if there'll be games that we own, though. Hopefully I'll be playing new games, but I can talk about them.
That's true. But you can talk about those. And then I know Nessa's planning on... She wrote a to-do list for this weekend for us, and one of them was play games. So
awesome.
I might be adding some games, too.
Well, get us out of here.
You guys are awesome, and I look forward to all the fun. If you see Hunter at PAX Unplugged, go say hi, get pictures with him, because then we can spam you guys with all the fun pictures from the thing, and you can be on the video. So take care all, and we'll see you soon. Bye.